There are those that just want to be left alone, and those that just won't leave them alone. Which one are you? The Ernest Hancock Show.
Oh, the empire be a-coming from all kinds of directions. There's some stories that we're going to go through just some in the last segment here, just some of the highlights on Freedom's Phoenix. I mean, it's just, you ever get to the point to where you're just afraid to open up the email dispatch? Because this is what happens. Freedom's Phoenix has an email dispatch that goes out at 1 o'clock in the morning. And the reason we do that is we have it all communicated already about 10:30, 11, midnight, around in there whenever Powell, senior editor, gets it all ready. And he sets it up, gets the headline set, and so on, boom, sends it out, and gets ready to go out. And automatically it'll go out at 1 o'clock because if there's some late breaking news or something, we can still add it in there. But the reason that we don't send it out until 1 is to get the late breaking news, and we have to send it out by 1 is because 3 hours later, when we're on Pacific time, sometimes we're on Mountain time, sometimes we're on Pacific. Everybody else changes except Arizona, so it really messes up our clocks. But ours doesn't change, but everybody else does, so it messes up when you're out of state. So what happens, that means that 1 plus 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. 4 o'clock in the morning on the East Coast for the East Coast talk shows. When we first started doing Freedom's Phoenix, because I was in the industry, I understood how it worked, man. It's just give me my rip and read. You want to play rip and read? Okay, I'll give you some rip and read. So we would make sure it hit all these talk show hosts across. There's a gazillion little stations everywhere. They love Freedom's Phoenix. We have over probably up to closer to 3,000 media that gets our daily dispatch every day. Can you imagine? We're infecting them. But there's a lot of people. That's why last night, Channel 5 calls my wife's phone. I guess I had mine on vibrate or something. I didn't know it was going. So they're at it, man. They get Donna's ad on the site, something. They called Donna's. We need this Channel 5. Want to talk to Ernie. All right, fine. So I talked to him. There was a cop block had put up a video on the internet about in Prescott, Arizona here. There's a mentally challenged individual in front of a Golden Corral restaurant. And you see him. He just has his hands up like this. For about 30 seconds, the policeman's got the taser pointed at him, and I don't know what the guy did. He didn't do something the cop did want him to do, and he wouldn't do something. But he just stood there. He wasn't moving, just standing there. And finally, there's guys inside the restaurant, some kids, they're in there, and they got their cell phone, and they're watching it. Oh, man, I hope he tases them. This will go right up on Facebook. And he goes, oh, awesome, dude, awesome. And then the girl's going, why? Why did they go out? Hey, officer, this guy's mentally challenged, just so you know, and we got this all on video. So it goes back and forth, and some other woman comes up in the parking lot. Well, he wouldn't do what the guy said or something. The guy wasn't bothering anybody. I mean, he's standing there not making any move towards the officer, back, forward. I don't know what his rationalization is, but Channel 5 wanted to definitely put it up and get a quote from somebody at Cop Block. And they go, we know you know Drew Phillips because he posts something. I'm like, lighten up, man. We'll tell you. And I go, one, you're assuming that he did it. And these guys, it's just like Freedom's Phoenix. Lord knows who put it up. So they finally get enough what they wanted to do, and it's on Freedom's Phoenix now, what they aired last night. So, of course, here we got, one more case of these tasers are just cattle prods. It's for, compliant behavior due to whatever some cop says they want you to do. Might as well just get the glow sticks, like in THX 1138 or whatever it was, the old Robert Duvall movie that was done by George Lucas, his first movie that he did when he came out of film school and so on. And this dystopian future, and they got these robot cops going around with these glow sticks going all the time. That's what it is. Same thing. Same. So this kind of news, this just what's happening, every day you open it up. And I tell you one thing, I talked to Mish this morning. I wish I had more time. We'll work on it before, the end of the week, is Bank of America. I know bottom line is this. And I'm going, look, man, let me tell you what my thing. Well, you could be right, Ernie. And I go, no. You go down as, Ernie prediction. All right, here we go. What is today? Today is the 30th of August, 2011. This is my prediction. Just as during the savings and loan, they're going to create something, called whatever it is, HUD, Fannie, and Freddie. They put all this stuff together. They call it Resolution Trust Corporation back in the early 90s. and they consolidate all of this real estate holdings that they gave the banks 100 cents on the dollar. They accumulate them, they give them the taxpayer money, and then they will sell them back to the banks for a fraction, itty bitty teeny weeny bit of what they gave them the money for, and they'll buy them right back. And then they will put them back on the market, sell them to you. Man, easy money if you can get it. Well, they got it, and they're going to keep getting more. And Bank of America, he was telling me, Mitch was telling me that Buffett didn't buy regular stock. He bought preferred stock. And he was trying to explain to me how that meant that, he's counting on the U.S. government's going to bail out Bank of America sooner or later, and it's going to need to be. So I'm like, you think he did it because he loves humanity or something? No. Done. Deal's already done. Deal's already done. Just like Libya, deal already done. Now, today news is breaking now. I'll show you this. U.S. Attorney for Arizona, Dennis Burke, resigns. Why? Amid the fallout from Operation Fast and Furious. Okay, well, that's interesting enough. We can spend some time on that. Oh, wait. Kenneth Melson, acting ATF chief, steps down. Why? The man who led the controversial Fast and Furious anti-gun trafficking operation will step down as the interim head of BATFE, the Justice Department announced Tuesday, as it named a new acting director for the agency, and I'm sure he's a good guy. Now we have U.S. Gun Agency chief resigns after arms smuggling. Well, this whole thing was a PR stunt. It was just to make sure that, they justify this UN treaty thing of being able to have the U.S. participate in the small arms treaty, which means disarming you. And this whole thing was about creating an atmosphere. See, liberalized gun laws in America is arming the drug dealers up and people dying and killed and whatever, and we'll make it happen to make the point. Now, gun retail outlets here in Arizona, some of the major ones are called J&G and Scottsdale Gun Club and Shooter's World, a lot of these, other large ones here, they're going, look, man, they all knew better. And they signed letters and sent it to the BAT who said, look, U.S. Attorney, we want to make sure that we're in the clear when this comes out because they said we had to give it to them. We report and say, no. We want you to. We insist you do. You know what? You playing ball, you better. And they're going, you're fine. Sign here saying that you made me do this, so you're not coming after me, which is what they wanted to shut them down anyway. So this whole thing is coming out. Then they find out Fast and Furious that was done out of here in Florida had a sister component in Florida. So it's just, like we're going to Mexico and they were going to Central America. So I'm just going, man, you guys, and amongst all this, what do we have? There was a ranger that killed himself to avoid a 9th tour in Iraq and Afghanistan. He's like, look, man, he had another deployment going. He's a 25-year-old staff sergeant. And he was like, hey, man, you got to go again. And he has his family. And she was saying that, he didn't want to go. And then what happened? He just pulled the trigger on his own head. Done. Problem solved. I mean, is it that bad? 9th tour? 9th? Come on, man. We saw this happen in Vietnam. You need to watch the documentary, Sir, No Sir. You just look it up on Google Video or YouTube or something. Great documentary. I was really happy I got the filmmaker on a year or two ago. I finally got hold of him. And it was just, I was really, a lot of history that I didn't know. And they wanted you to forget. The reason the Vietnam War stopped was because the U.S. soldiers stopped fighting it. Over 5,000 officers were fragged, killed by their own troops. Every time they come in, they go, we got to get in the field, and you go, boom, well, I guess we're not going today. We got another, boom, guess we're not going today either. 5,000 admitted by the Pentagon. When you want to stop these, so what do? I know what they're going to do. They're going to have 17-year-olds playing with joysticks in Nevada, flying the Hellfire missiles off of drones. That's what's going to happen. That's what's happening. So then we have who's going to talk about it. Well, we got 8 candidates confirmed for September 7th GOP debate. September 7th. When is that? It's like in the next week. So I'm going, all right, there'll be another party here. We're going to have some fun. Now we got the FDIC. They're freaking out. $6.5 trillion in insured deposits backed by $3.9 billion. You know what that means? That means they broke. And it's still coming down. And this economy, oh, yeah, I want to go to debate. We're going to hear about it. And, just a little shout out to dead men walking in Japan. This Fukushima thing, we're going to be talking about that, so covering that some more, too, because, we're going to get a big, giant lab experiment on what happens when you got radiation in your entire country and the food chain and everything else. Whoa, see what I mean? I'm afraid to open my email dispatch from Freedom's Phoenix. But if you don't, then you're at risk. Don't be at risk. Get informed. We'll see you tomorrow. Uncovering the secrets and exposing the lies. That's what readers of freedomsphoenix.com get every day. Readers of freedomsphoenix.com are constantly provided the information that detail the real news between the lines of propaganda about government policies and the true relationship we all have with coercive governments. Learn the true condition of our economy, innovations and technological breakthroughs in energy, health, computer science, and space travel. Learn the truth well before it's admitted to in the lamestream media, the media that is so last century. Corporate media has evolved into nothing more than distributors of government propaganda, but we now have a fantastic alternative. FreedomsPhoenix.com provides constant news updates on the issues that affect our lives in the most important ways. Our liberty and our property are under constant attack, and FreedomsPhoenix.com provides the understanding behind the propaganda while encouraging the participation of our readers. Join us at FreedomsPhoenix.com. That's freedoms with an S, Phoenix.com. FreedomsPhoenix.com, where the revolution between the ears has already matured.